It's the Anfield wrap. We're back. We're doing videos again. It's been a while. I'm Gareth Roberts. This is John Gibbons. We thought we'd do one today because, we're playing Everton on Monday and it's a big game. John's come dressed as an Evertonian.
I'm just proving that it's okay to wear the other colours. Like the Santa Dash and the other one in the blue suits and all that. Like they won't have tomato ketchup.
They don't cut themselves because if you cut yourselves, it's red. And then they don't...
I'm just proving you can wear different colours and it's fine. And, it doesn't make you less of a fan. Because, I'm a super fan. Coming to every game.
He is as well, home and away, which is a feature on our website where John writes about every single game which he's going to. He's trying to do the lot this season, so get on that.
Yeah, Middlesbrough's out now.
Yeah, Middlesbrough's just out now. So we had the derby, mate. What are your thoughts? We've seen both managers do the press conference this afternoon. Ronald Koeman's just not had that much to say, if I'm honest, but that's kind of his demeanour in general, isn't it? I mean, all he said is that fans can make Goodison a difficult place for teams to go to. I think that's a fair enough comment. And obviously they got the blood up after beating Arsenal. So that's kind of lifted the Blues after a terrible run in the league. But we touched on this on some of the shows this week. I mean, for me, you need a bit more than just being physical and getting stuck in to beat Liverpool.
Yeah, you do. But if they've given themselves, they've given themselves a better shot than they had a week ago. You sat here a week ago, even after Liverpool's, kind of dodgy couple of results. Everton looked short of ideas and short of energy. Really, that Arsenal game proved that they got a bit of fight in them, and it proved that to the fans. So the fans will be bang up for it, and if they can start well, then I can see how it could be a chicken leg for Liverpool, but. It is. I still think it's it's another step up. There's kind of bullying Arsenal, and I don't think we're quite as easy to kind of get at. Really, I think we're a little bit tougher than them, and I think if they think they can just pump balls in the box and hope for the best, then I think they're in for a bit of a shock against Liverpool, really, and I think we'll just have a bit more energy than Arsenal had on the night as well. But we shall see.
Yeah, team news for the night as well. Klopp was obviously asked about that in the press conference this afternoon. He's sticking with Simon Mignolet in goal, and why not, after a solid performance against Middlesbrough. He said he's taken Karius out of the spotlight for a while, which seems to make sense. Still a doubt over Matip with an ankle injury. He said Daniel Sturridge has had some rehabilitation sessions, but not sessions with Klopp, i.e. not sessions with the team. So he's getting better, but he's not sure. He said we might be able to throw him on for 20 minutes, and he said if that's a possibility, he'll put him on the bench. So we'll see on that. Was there any other injury news?
Well, there's the Emre Can one. It looks like Emre Can's going to be in contention. It looks like he's going to be available. You'd imagine from the bench again, because the midfield looked pretty good the other night, and also, he's had that little knock. So you imagine, but already you're feeling like it's a stronger bench, don't you? And I think with Emre there, it didn't look great, the bench, in terms of experience, and in terms of people who can change a game. The other night, luckily we didn't necessarily need them, so we could give a couple of the kids a little bit of a run. But you'd like the bench to be stronger going into Goodison. And I thought he was dead interested on Sturridge, because in the past, he seems to have had an attitude as I want to see clear training from him before I'll even consider him. And I think he basically admitted in the press conference that the way things are at the moment, and the way the bench is looking, that if he can get, if he can, because he's not training with the team yet, but if I can get him training with us tomorrow, then he's an option for 20, and that's a kind of a different attitude. But it just shows that like any manager, he's pragmatic. So he's like, in an ideal situation, I'd only use Sturridge like this, but Merseyside derby, he doesn't want to be going in with just Woodburn as an attacking option on the bench.
No, I mean Woodburn. I wondered whether he could have come on the other week, but against West Ham. But Klopp touched on it afterwards and said why he didn't do that. And he said, well, basically West Ham are a big side. Woodburn's not a big lad. He's not, he's not physical. That's not what his game's about. He's goal scorer, isn't he? But he's nippy, and he nips in and he puts it away. And he said he didn't think it was the right game for him. I think Everton's probably another one that might fall into that category. So yeah, if Sturridge is about, makes a lot of sense that he's the man you bring off the bench, whether things are going right or wrong. I mean, loads of interesting things about this derby as well. It's obviously 6 years now since Everton have actually won a derby, which is quite amusing. It's Koeman's first derby. It's Klopp's first Goodison derby.
Goodison one, yeah.
So, and he says the only time he's really seen Goodison Park was on Creed. But what I thought would be interesting to talk about, John, as well as like the actual match and the sort of, who's playing and what the managers have said. thought we'd talk about as well about, we know a lot of people are watching from all over the world and people who don't necessarily get to Anfield or Goodison and all that sort of thing. So I thought we'd talk about why it's still important, the derby. I mean, some people, newer fans, if you like, younger fans than us, might go, well, hang on, this team haven't won a trophy since 1995. Since 1995. So, why are they important still? Why is it still such a big game? But what I liked about Klopp today was he said, well, of course it is, because there's history, there's identity, there's all that sort of thing. So he gets it, and he said, but I'm not from here, so I can't get it as much as you do. So I thought we'd maybe talk about that, because it is still massive, isn't it? Yeah. If you're in the city, it's absolutely huge. You've got friends, you've got family that you don't want to have in your face come Tuesday going, because you've got beat.
Yeah.
And I think as well, the way things are, they've been on a bad run. We've been up at the top of the league. They'd love nothing better than to trip us up now, wouldn't they? And have something to gloat about over Christmas. So yeah, the derby still important.
Oh yeah, massive. It is a football mad city. Everywhere you go, people just talk to you about football, and that's the kind of way it is. But we always say that the Evertonians come out the woodwork, don't we? So we were going to we were going to Middlesbrough on Wednesday. We were getting our ale, and he was like, "Oh, where are you all going?" He's like, "Up to Middlesbrough." He's like, "Oh, why are you bothering? You're going to get beaten." It was like, "Oh, won a game, have you?" Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And that's the old joke. As soon as Everton win a few games, suddenly all the shirts are out, the badges are out, and all that.
Yeah, they're all in the supermarket with Hafni or tops on and all this, pushing the trolleys round. Yeah, you haven't seen them, you haven't heard from them for months, and then all of a sudden there they are.
So that's it. So they haven't won a derby for a long time. So if they're crowing after one win against Arsenal, you know what I mean, like a late win, you can imagine what they'd be like if you won a derby. And so we talk about in the offices, like when I was in school, Liverpool's record was terrible. So under kind of Roy Evans and Joe Royal and the Dogs of War and all that, like we couldn't beat them. And I was looking at it for the article. We've all written about our favourite memories of Goodison, and Josh is putting it together now. So hopefully that'll be up here, by the time this is out, really. But I was looking at it, and I wrote about 2001, the second one, not the Gary Mack one, but I was looking at it, and before the Gary Mack one, our last win at Goodison was 1990 in the league, and so that's a full 10 years where you're going to, and we were losing, and you're going to school every Monday, and Everton have done you again there, and the crap, the rubbish, there's these rubbish midfielders like Joe Parkinson kicking you off the park, and it was just so frustrating. And so for me, like Everton, when these games come up against Everton, I'm just back in school, like arguing over footy, and that's a nice way to kind of to forgive yourself as a Liverpool fan, really. But yeah, it is huge, and it'd be a massive game. I like the Goodison one more than the Anfield one, actually. I don't know whether it feels like the pressure's off a little bit, or I like the away end, and we've had some really good results there recently. So you kind of like the Goodison one, really, because a draw is obviously not the end of the world, whereas at home, it feels like a real blow, and they celebrate it like they've won a European Cup and all that. But away, it kind of feels the pressure's off a little bit more as well. Pressure's a bit on them, and as I say, last few years we've had some decent times there.
It's been weird, hasn't it? I think because they almost at times haven't been Everton, if you know what I mean. So like when we're beating them 4-0 and they hardly touch the ball on a Wednesday night. When that thing's going on, though, you're watching it and going, well, this isn't Everton. Yeah. This isn't what I've grown up with. What at worst, they would be crunching into tackles, they would be running all over the pitch, even when they didn't have the best players in the world, which was quite a lot. They'd always give you the game, because they'd always be absolutely bang up for it. And when we've been absolutely owning them in games in recent years, it's been slightly weird. So, yeah, I kind of perversely like the fact that they've won this game against Arsenal and that they're going to be all bang up for it and everything else, because I think it gives the game an even better edge. And football, when it's got an edge, is brilliant. I loved games and still do love games against Everton and against Manchester United as well. Just for like this, almost like an air that hangs over the game before and during the match. You can almost feel it when you're walking up to the ground. You get derby belly. As I'm talking about this, actually, the hairs are going up on my arms and everything. You know what I mean? It's special. It is special. It's not an ordinary game, and so that's why I love the derby, and I can't wait for Monday and to get in the pit and sing the songs.
Yeah, it's great. If you're in the upper tier, it's a bit crap because you can hardly see a thing. There's about that much gap between the roof and the fella behind you. But if you're in the lower tier and the songs are going, and we've took some great banners over there. Like the one with the birthday cake on to celebrate Everton's last trophy, 21 years, was absolutely, 18 or 21, I can't remember, and kind of all the good ones. But you're right by the park. Park end, which is where, like, I mean, they're all a bit bitter and twisted, the breeds, but there's a particular breed in the Park end, isn't there, a bit of narkiness, and they're giving it loads and twisted faces just screaming at you, and it's absolutely brilliant.
It's fantastic.
I want to do it now. Why have we got to wait till Monday?
I know, that's the only thing, isn't it, Monday night? But with it being a night game now as well, I mean, it's a bit of a cliche, but, you know, under the lights and all that sort of thing, there is a little, you know, something else extra about that as well, I think. It gives you time to have a pint as well if you're doing something like this. Should we do some admin?
Go ahead.
Because there's lots of admin because we haven't done a video for ages, so if you haven't been following us everywhere else, so on our podcasts, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, well, this is YouTube, isn't it, or Facebook. Anyway, my point is, loads has happened and we haven't talked about it, so we're going to talk about it. Big one, we won this, and we haven't shouted about this on video, so there you go. Can you see that, John?
Gareth shows
radio,
because it's so heavy.
It is heavy. It is really heavy. Radio show of the year, the Anfield Wrap, for our show on City Talk, which goes out on Fridays at 6:30. Thanks very much to everyone who voted for us on that. We were absolutely delighted to win it, particularly so because we beat shows from Talk Sport, shows from 5 Live, you know, much bigger budget, much better operation in terms of all the resources and everything that they've got. We've turned our passion into our job, if you like, and you all seem to enjoy it, and that's absolutely fantastic. So thanks for that. And then on to what I've just said. We're trying to make it all work. We're trying to give people jobs. Sean behind the cameras, our apprentice. We were able to give him a job because you supported us. So if you want to keep supporting us, there's loads of ways at the moment, because it's Crimbo and that. You can buy your favourite red in your life an Anfield Wrap subscription, can't you, Gibbo?
Yeah.
And you get one of these if you do it. And that is an exclusive Anfield Wrap Christmas card. So the idea is you pay for it for your mate, your dad, your brother, your sister, your mum, whoever. We'll put the details in, we'll send you that. Then on Christmas Day, you can hand that over and say, there you go, Anfield Wrap subscription. So there's 3-month, 6-month and 12-month options on that. If you're abroad on this one, check the last post times. I think most of them have now gone, unfortunately.
Yeah, you missed it, but we still send it out.
We'll still send it out, and if you want to give the card a little bit after Christmas and just tell them or whatever, this will be a thing now on running. So if you want to give gifts for birthdays, Father's Day, Mother's Day, anything like that, we'll do a more generic card early next year. So the idea is that from now onwards, you will always be able to give the Anfield Wrap as a gift. If you're in the UK, last post hasn't gone yet, so
Wednesday.
So you're still able to buy that and give that as a present. Other options, the Anfield Wrap mug. This one is currently on sale. And all of these things, by the way, if you go to the Anfield Wrap's website, at the top, it'll say subscribe, it'll say shows, it'll say whatever it says. There's one that says shop, click catalogue, and you can see all the stuff we've got on sale. So we've got the cups, we've got the subscriptions, and we've got a new range of t-shirts. You got the t-shirts?
Yes, sorry, yeah, that was my cue there. I was a bit slow. Sorry to go out your shot, Sean, there. So this is number 1. This is the Chicky Reds, which is a bit of a saying of ours. You've got the Anfield Wrap down there as well. They've all got the little Anfield Wrap logo on the sleeves as well, which come out, which are quite smart. They've done a good job on them. So the Chicky Reds in Liverpool red and white, that's your first one. Got all the sizes up to XXL, by the way, all on the website. The Anfield Wrap, just a tall logo on there, quite cool. Looking smart, a bit distressed.
I'll have a look at that. You see that, Sean? Yeah, he's nodding.
So then we got the Sosabaros, which was the flag we used to have behind us. These ones are very, very popular, so get these ones while they're hot. Got the red little logo on there as well. I think we sold out a medium of them already, IT Matt was telling me. And then we got the Muzzies, what we're calling it. It's the haircuts, really. So the old classic Liverpool haircuts. You can have a little competition and see how many your mates can guess. Red and black again with the tag on there. So that's Robbo. I'm getting that one for Robbo for Secret Santa. They're all 15 quid plus postage. The postage on them's fairly low, and we'll post all around the world on them as well.
It's our first crack at these as well. They are good quality t-shirts. We made sure that they're not just grim ones. We've spent a lot of time on getting the designs right, making sure it was stuff that people actually wanted. We did all kinds of surveys, but also as well, we've done a limited run on them all because we've no idea if this works. We're just feeling our way. We're not a big t-shirt business or anything like that. So if you want one, get in there now, because there is a limited stock, and as John said, some of the sizes are already flying out because people are buying them for Christmas. So check that out. Again, on the AnfieldWrap.com, there's a link that says shop. Click shop. You'll be able to see all this gear on there. And anything else, John, other than we want Liverpool to absolutely batter Everton?
Sounds good to me.
What score do you reckon?
3-1.
I'm saying 4-1. Before we go, Sean's about to press stop. Don't press stop yet, because what I haven't plugged is the Anfield app. We've done loads of shows as ever. 2 free shows a week, which you can get on iTunes, on YouTube, on Audio Boom. If you like those free shows and you want more, the Anfield App's tour player product, if you like, is £5 per month, and for that you get 30 shows a month about Liverpool, past, present and future. Also some silly stuff like AFQ, where we just have a laugh. People tend to like that kind of stuff. There's a little bit of music shows in there as well. Anything I've missed?
I think that's pretty much covered it. Yeah, loads every day. At least 10 shows a week coming out from us. Instant reaction stuff, more in-depth stuff, all that. You know, everything you could possibly want if you're a Liverpool fan.
Thanks again for supporting the Anfield App, and Monday, up the Reds.